Hey everybody, Michael Santarcangelo from Security Catalyst here with the office hours recap from May 7th, 2021. We had a remarkable conversation loaded full of notes and some cool stuff going on. So if you haven't joined us for office hours yet, you can learn more at securitycatalyst.com/office hours. We do it every Friday, noon Eastern, and I'm working on incorporating an invite into the weekly newsletter so you can add it right to your calendar and in the right time zone. I've also started taking these notes that you can see here behind me are actually interactive, and I make them available. I'm going to start trying to do that in advance, and we'll figure out together how to keep doing this and making it better. Now, that actually rolls into where we started. We talked about onboarding, learning how to be an instructor and learning how in this more virtual world, how do we do things better? And it was phenomenal with this conclusion that, this is kind of good for our career skills when we're working with our colleagues or trying to do other stuff. So then we talked about the need to take breaks, right? And somebody said, well, how are you going to do that? Is that really going to happen? Then it came to this idea, right? There's a certain amount of wood we need to chop, water we need to carry every day. There's some table stakes to life. So what we talked about was there's a book called Burnout, and it has these different ideas for how to recharge yourself and the importance of making time, the importance of connecting with your breath, but also using creative expression. So sometimes when we're disconnecting, we can still do things and look for the creativity, look for those moments, focus on our breath, and get what we need. Which turned into a pretty cool discussion around how office hours is satisfying that, especially around these meaningful social interactions. One of the comments was, hey, I've been around some of you now for hours. This was office hours number 18 of the year was today. If you've been to the bulk of those, you've spent hours with some of these folks. And it gives us that chance. We talked about the importance of managing energy and getting those creative connections and then being intentional, being deliberate, being very thoughtful about where we put our energy and our time. So then we did come around. So how do we disconnect? Can we get away? Can we put down the phones? Can we put down the technology? And we talked about some of the experiences in life that have forged a couple really, really amazing insights on how to do that, including how to prioritize your work, how to take realization that the world's not going to end. And by the way, you not being there for a couple of days, that actually creates opportunities for other people. And it helped us realize that we're really dealing with so much noise, too much noise. What do we do? And we talked about consciously doing less, but doing more, creating more, collecting less, and then different systems, different methods that we've used in order to prevent that noise, to prevent that overwhelm, which led to a really fun conversation around the culture that we're building. What are we accepting? What are we tolerating? What are we modeling? Where does this lead? How do we do stuff better? And it couldn't have been summed up any better than at the end with a very passionate explanation that nobody should opt out of leadership because of these false expectations. Because it's not the way it has to be. Just because it's the way you saw it. And we're probably missing out on a lot of people that would be phenomenal leaders in our organizations if they saw a better way. That means it's up to us, our opportunity. We can do it. And we can do it together. That's the whole idea of office hours. Bring your problems to me. Bring your problems, bring your ideas, bring your insights, bring your energy and your passions every Friday, noon Eastern, and we'll sort it out together and we'll be a little bit better for it. See you next week.